What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Real Estate Virgins podcast. We are here to elevate your business in 2023 and beyond. We are not just saying things. We are not just talking that talk. We are walking the walk, boots on the ground, here to help elevate your business. My name is Jordan Brown, here with my co-host, John Michael Perez. What's going on, bud?
What's up? John Michael Perez on Instagram, Facebook,
Wow, what a douche.
TikTok.
Yeah, I remember a few episodes when I did that, and you were like, this guy stinks.
But we corrected ourselves.
Yeah, I get it.
At John Michael Perez. Go check it. Check me out. Where are you, Jordan?
At Jordan Sells ATX, all major social media. Welcome, everybody. Hey, we had a really great episode last time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. If this is your first episode, if you don't know what we're about, we are real estate agents who have a little bit of various experience. John has been in the industry for 7+ years now, and I'm going on my 3rd year, and we have a lot of experience to be able to share with you. We interview top producing agents who share stories of success, their strategies, really tactical things that are meant to help bring your business to a new level, whether you're a new agent or someone who's seasoned and you just want to help scale up your business. That's what we're all about here. So thank you so much for tuning in. If that sounds like something you're interested in, you are in the right place.
I love hearing all the success stories of the agents that listen to our podcast, and they're like, John, thank you so much for putting out the podcast with Jordan, because I used this tip or this trick and it really helped my business. And it's just like, it's so fulfilling hearing these stories. And what's really cool is we're now giving away free training every week, and the time is to be determined.
Yeah, shout out to our Power Hour people.
Yeah.
We hosted our first Power Hour on Sunday, and it was great to see the agents that showed up. I think we brought the value. I think they would agree with you or with me on that. And that's what we're all about here. We're just trying to give back to the industry and make better agents, because I think the industry deserves it. I think there's a lot of overpromise and underdeliver that goes on at certain brokerages or with training programs, and that's why we are doing this all for free. So it's all part of what we do. We're all about giving back. If you've listened to any number of episodes with us, we are all about providing value because we want to make better agents.
And for people that are watching video on YouTube or whatever, your t-shirt is Violent Gentleman. So explain the t-shirt.
Violent Gentleman is a hockey company. It kind of speaks to the fact that it's a really violent game, but like when you eliminate a team from the playoffs, you line up and you shake hands and you give congratulations to the other person.
Yeah.
What's funny about this is it looks like a metal band t-shirt.
Yeah.
And it's got Wayne Gretzky with like crazy face paint on it. So yeah, I love this brand. I'm a big Violent Gentleman fan.
That's awesome. Yeah.
John's wearing sunglasses inside, which is certainly a look.
Yes.
Looks good.
I decided to put on the vibe. I keep saying that.
Are you like a TikToker? What are you talking about,
yeah,
bro?
Yeah, and I bought a new t-shirt before this because I realized I was wearing the same t-shirt as last episode. So
Oh, were you really?
Yeah,
How funny.
So I changed super.
Can't be having that.
Nope.
Got to change it up. Got to have that W Riz, as the kids say.
All right.
Hey,
So
real quick. Hey, shout out real quick to not just our Power Hour people, but we've had a lot of new dads lately, like Ryan here at the studio.
shout out to Ryan.
Killing it as a new dad. Marlo, one of my good friends and future team member, is a new dad as well. Just had his daughter yesterday morning. What's today? Yeah, yesterday morning. Super cool, super pumped for him. It's really cool because I'm going to be in that club soon.
Shoot, like 2 months from now, huh?
Yeah, bro, like 2.5. We're going to Mexico next week, next Thursday. I'm really excited. Get a little baby moon action, some relaxation before I never relax for the next 18 years. So
That's not true.
yeah.
Katie will do all the work. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. I'm
no,
just kidding.
yeah, exactly. The point is to be so successful in real estate that Katie does everything. No, I'm just kidding. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for it. We just had a checkup this morning. Everything is looking good.
That's awesome.
Love that. We're so excited to have, like, we just painted his room, put up his sign. We made his crib. Like,
Adding more value to the room.
yeah. Well, it's cool because, like, whenever it happens to everyone else, like, I didn't really realize, like, how intense of a moment that is, like how life-changing this event is going to be. And so I have a new respect for it. Obviously, like it's the same thing, I don't know, when you're a kid and your parents tell you, oh, you know, you should listen to me, like you need to wear your sweater, and then you get sick and you're like, you're still wrong, mom and dad.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool because like I have a new respect for it.
I was at Target earlier buying this T-shirt, and I saw a travel stroller, and I was thinking about purchasing it for you. I didn't, but I was probably going to, because they're very valuable when it comes to traveling with a kid. So
Hey, being one of the last people in our friends group to have a child is actually going to be really lit, because anything that we go through, I'm going to be able to ask other people and get your expertise on. Because I'm not going to lie, dude, I'm so green with this. I just got a call before we started recording from one of our friends, Brittany, and she asked if I wanted a pack and play. I don't know what the hell a pack and play is. So I was like, you need to call my wife, because I don't know.
you do need a pack and play.
Okay. So, yeah. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning back in. Hey, we got a good episode for you all today. Some value that we're going to be adding. Again, it's the whole MO here. It's all about value, how you can implement certain strategies, be tactical with amplifying your business by being a better agent. And we've been there. We want to help you. So let's get into it.
Well, I think the more valuable you become as a real estate agent, the more people are going to want to work with you, the more people are going to want to refer their friends, their family, their coworkers to you as the agent. So that's why we're like, you know what? If you're going to be listening to our podcast, we want to make you valuable.
If you want to amplify, when we talk about amplifying business and attracting business, because here's the thing, your first few years in real estate, who are your clients? It's your friends, maybe family members, and that's probably about it. Maybe some coworkers. How do you attract outside people to want to work with you? It's value. It's bringing something of value to make people go, I don't know this person, but I trust them and I want to work with them.
Yeah. And so that's sort of what we're going to be talking about today, is how do we become more valuable? And if we're not busy, what are we doing to increase our value, increase our engagement with our audience? And I'm super excited to talk about that today.
Let's do it. So first, a little bit of real estate talk is going to be, are we still in a seller's market?
And that's a great, point of conversation, because when our clients are talking to us and asking us, John, are we still in a seller's market? What are you going to say? Right? I just went to a real estate summit, a local real estate summit that is more niche down to where I live. And they were talking about how the difference between now and 2019, we're actually still more expensive than 2019. The crazy years of 2020, 2021, and 2022 obviously were outliers, right? But as compared to 2019, which was only 3.5 years ago, we're still up. Right.
And the crazy part about that is we're still under what the inventory was. That's the crazy part.
I saw that.
So the stats don't lie. So yes, are we higher priced now than we were in these outlier years aside, compared, let's say like 2019 was the last quote unquote normal market, right? Just for easy sake. Compared to right now versus an easy or the normal market, our inventory levels are still significantly lower, meaning that there is still demand. It's just, are people getting what they want? I feel like is the question. If there's a lack of inventory and homes aren't being built fast enough, or homes aren't available on the market, readily accessible for people, that's the issue that you run into. And home prices are up because of those 2020 to 2022 years. And so they're starting to come back down. We've got some stats on that to share with you as well. It's a weird balancing act. We're kind of figuring out what this new normal. We talked about the normal back when, before the interest rates rose. That's the crazy thing about real estate. It's always changing. We were just talking about where, the content pieces we talk about on this podcast, it's tough because things with real estate don't change overnight, right? It's a slow, gradual, months at a time kind of thing, because there's so many factors involved with inventory, with incentives, with interest rates, with what's going on in the world events. There's so much involved with it, and it's always changing. So it's a constant balancing act. which is more so reason why you need to stay up to date with what's going on in your market, because just this is what we're experiencing. It may be completely different. It is completely different in Florida, where they're having bidding wars out the ass in Florida, and we haven't seen that since what, early 2022.
Well, I did see a bidding war recently. Actually,
I bet it was a really competitively priced house though.
extremely. Yeah.
Okay, exactly. Yeah.
I was just meeting up with an agent that she was asking me, "Hey, John, what are you doing to get new business? What are you doing?" And I was telling her, she mentioned, I think I gotten into real estate at the worst time, right? And I've had this same conversation with agents that got into real estate during 2021 and 2022, where it was the worst time, right? So pick your worst time, right? Would you rather have to show 1 million houses to one client and put 1 million offers in, hoping one offer is going to get accepted? Or would you rather really try hard or really work hard on your business and attract qualified buyers, qualified clients to you, so that you can find the right home for them and not have to be so stressed out when submitting an offer?
Yeah, exactly.
And one really cool thing to add value to your clients, as of recently, we talked about this on Pow Hour, which is why it's so important to attend Pow Hour.
If you'd like a link to that, reach out to John or myself on Instagram. We're happy to share that link with you. We want to pack it. It's free. Tons of value there that is not discussed on here.
Yeah.
Or you're going to hear it on the Power Hour first.
You're going to hear it there first.
Yeah.
So we were talking about how do we add value to our clients at a high level. One thing that we've been doing recently is just asking for everything, even if it's not on the MLS, right? So what does that look like? Ask for the washer, ask for the dryer, ask for the fridge, ask for the TV on the mounted wall or whatever, and ask for the patio set, ask for the pool furniture. And even if they're not offering it and you get half of it that you asked for,
you look like such a rock star.
you look like a rock star to your clients, right? And they weren't even expecting that, right? And so that's one way we step out from the normal real estate agent, and we try to provide as much value as possible. I'll give you one more example real quick. Recently, last week, I had a client that was going to close on a deal, and at the last second, I realized there was an opportunity to get a better price for the house. And I fought for an extra $7,500 for my client. He didn't even know about this, right? And it's because of an appraisal issue. Basically, the seller, they wanted, what was it, $526,000, and my client said, "Cool, we'll take it." I fought for an extra $7,500, and my client didn't know. I come back to my client and I say, "Hey, I just want to let you know, I got you an extra $7,500. Wow. Before we even started working together, he was trying to decide if he should use me or another agent. He just made the correct decision, because if he didn't, he wouldn't have gotten that extra $7,500.
Yeah.
Right? And so adding that value, even without asking or telling your client, is so important, because those are stories that they're going to share to their friends, their family, their coworkers.
My story that I have about this is slightly different. It's more about, we've talked about before about would you contribute anything to make a deal happen or to like sweeten the deal, something like that, right? And you can hear in past episodes, I'm not going to dive into that right now. But with these particular clients, they're a little bit older than me, I should say. They're not older. And although we're not young anymore, it's crazy. My back's starting, dude, I sleep wrong. My neck hurts. My back hurts.
I know,
it's crazy.
I'm getting never mind.
So these clients, they were first-time home buyers. And as we were touring, I'm talking from day one, I noticed that the gentleman was really into this barbecue, what's called an egg. It's a certain kind of barbecue pit. And I'm talking from the first look, the final walkthrough, the inspection, everything. He would always talk about it. Every phone call, he would talk about it, saying, "I hope they leave this here." Here's the thing. They were not going to leave it there. I knew that. And so I had volunteered to make the deal work because we were right there on the numbers, and I had already gotten the sellers down quite a significant amount. And it felt like at that point I was just being nitpicky, right? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna offer my buyer, I'm gonna pay for my buyers 1 year home warranty. That was gonna be my closing gift to them was, hey, I got you a 1 year warranty. You can have some peace of mind. So I changed it up at the last minute because I noticed on final walkthrough the day before closing, they were so he was so bent up about not getting the egg. And so I messaged his lady and I said, hey, what do you think about, instead of me paying for this 1 year warranty, which you can certainly do yourself, you're not going to get that egg any cheaper than I can probably get it for you. Let me pay for that. What do you think about me paying for that egg for B over there, and how happy he's going to be? And I'm not kidding you, dude. At closing, I made him think the whole time that they took everything. And at closing, we were about to leave, and I said, hey, normally I get you like a cutting board or something like that as a closing gift. I said, I did something a little bit different for you this time. I got you that green egg out back. And, bro, he lit up so like Christmas Day. And it was the crazy, like he was just so over the moon about it. They've sent me pictures of him grilling on it already.
I love it.
And that's where, like, I used a little bit of my judgment to be like, they really care about this. Mm-hmm. Home warranty, sure. Like, is it a convenience thing? Is it a nice thing to offer? Sure. But what's going to make him remember me is that I got him that damn egg, because he uses it and he loves it and he wanted it. So, and he told me, like, since he was growing up, like, he has desired to own one of those, and he was just so bummed he wasn't going to get the chance because, it just wasn't, the sellers were going to take it. Mm-hmm. So, I don't remember what exactly it was about. It was something. What were we talking about? Providing value
just trying to go above and beyond.
Yeah. That's what it was. It's like, I saw an opportunity to make this guy really happy, and I think that's the difference maker. Is like, some other people may not have offered the money to make that happen for him. I'd rather lose $300 and make this dude's entire year than bank an extra $300.
Yep.
So
yeah. So Lawrence Yun, chief economist for National Association of Realtors, said there are simply not enough homes for sale. The market can easily absorb a doubling of inventory.
No lies detected. I mean, that is spot on.
And so when you as an agent are going above and beyond for your clients, that will plant a seed in their head, and they will remember you as the agent to work with when they want to sell their house. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there's not enough inventory. You
get
me?
Well, I think that just means that there's still opportunity for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Prices are still a little bit, they're above pre-pandemic levels, which is great. That's what you strive for. This crazy perception that you're going to get 50% appreciation year over year just simply doesn't happen unless it's 2020 to 2022. You got to get over that idea as a seller. The fact that you still have a ton of equity available to you right now should be like the indicator that if you're on the fence about whether it's the time to sell, if you've got equity, what are you waiting for? Yeah. I don't know what you're waiting for. But we talked about how new builds, this is a point from our Power Hour, new builds made up what? Was it an increase of 15 to 20% of the market share of sold homes?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote a note and I said, I personally think there's a dichotomy for buyers right now who know it's a better time to buy but do not want to pay higher interest rates, which is causing pent-up demand once rates actually do drop. And the thing is that new builds right now offer more perceived value because they have better warranties, they have better interest rates, they have newer, never moved in, never lived in, it's a never lived in house, right? And so,
well, certain new build, like certain companies are offering like a 3.99 interest rate.
Yeah.
4.25, 5.5, all better than what's out there at market rate right now.
How can you compete with that, right? And so if you're a resale home and you're trying to sell your house, you better not be overpricing that house because there's going to be a new build that's a mile and a half down the road that buyers would much rather purchase.
Well, hey, if you're the listener and you're about to go to a listing appointment and you are trying to anticipate what kind of objections you're going to get from the seller and they need to go buy somewhere, right? One of their concerns is going to be, well, I'm at this interest rate here. Why should, what does it look like for me to sell? And like, now I'm going to be at a 7.25. Like, that's not necessarily the case. That's the perception. You get to be the expert that says, did you know that there's actually some really great incentives being offered right now? Yeah. And if you're not, like, you need to be advertising that shit right now. I'm thinking about my YouTube channel. I'm thinking about my Instagram. And I'm about to go heavy on all these incentives that are going on because I know sellers that are waiting for this news.
Yeah.
So really good opportunity there.
And also from a seller aspect, if you are going to a listing appointment, you need to start bringing up the fact that there's new builds not too far away that are offering amazing incentives, right? As a leverage point for when your seller says, hey, I want to price it higher, right? Well, hey, guess what? There's some new builds.
That's such a good point.
There's new builds that are right down the road. And are you sure you want to price it higher?
Can your resold home that's lived in compete with what this new build is offering at a lower price with better incentives?
Yeah. And so that's a really good leverage point that you guys should be bringing to listing appointments.
I had a conversation with a gentleman in my neighborhood. He reached out to me because I posted in my Facebook group. If you're not involved in your local Facebook group, get in that shit because there's tons of opportunity to become a local expert there. Anyway, advertised that I was a realtor in the Business Tuesday post. He reached out to me, said, hey, we're thinking about selling our house. What do you think it's worth? For some reason, would not let me go to his house to see. Like he's kind of like holding me at a distance, but he wants my opinion on it just based on specs and stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll play this game, right? Because I don't want to like lose the opportunity to talk to him. So I make a CMA based on all of his, credentials or like the criteria that he said that they have, like what the tax record says. And I sent it to him, and it seemed like he was a little unhappy with where I priced it. And we're only like $9,000 off. I said that if you want to sell this quickly, you could probably get away with it at $450. I said on the high end, if you've got some time, you could try to list for $465. So I went over like average days on market for the neighborhood. I talked about how the homes that are priced aggressively are selling it within under a week. And then there's homes that have been sitting there for 130 plus days. There's a big difference between those two pricing strategies. So I said, it's kind of up to you. But in my opinion, if you're trying to sell, you need to go the more aggressive route. We pack this place out over a weekend with open houses. We maybe get multiple offers. Boom. Now I just made up your $9,000, hopefully, maybe. But his response was like, so you don't think it would fly at $459? And I'm like, brother, I don't know. Like, I'm telling you that I think doing that, it's a slightly overpricing on the initial price. What's that extra $9,000 going to get you as far as exposure? Nothing.
Yeah.
The $450, is a much more attractive number, especially for the neighborhood. And we talked a few episodes ago about when people search on Zillow, Realtor.com, whatever it is, they're searching in $50,000 increments at lower levels. So anything under $1 million or $750,000 typically goes in, $300, $350, $400, $450. If you price at $450, you're getting people whose ceiling is $450 and people whose floor is $450. That's more eyes. Statistically speaking, 21% more visibility if you price it differently than you price a clearance item at Walmart. The whole $459, that doesn't work anymore. Like, you want visibility. You want as many eyes as possible to see that house. And doing it at $450 is a much better strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, the market's shifted, so we do have to shift the way we price homes because no longer can you just throw a number out there and buyers are going to be interested in putting an offer in. They have so much more options, like we've been talking about previously. Is they have more options, so now you have to get picky on where you price the home.
Take a quick assessment of what we're dealing with. We got high interest rates high compared to like relative to where pricing is at, right? Because if we were talking 7% on a $100,000 home, that's a lot different than 7% on a $450,000 home. So you got to keep that in mind.
Well, it's crazy because my house I purchased for $650,000, and
Flex, okay.
and the same house is the same monthly payment is about $480 now, right? So so my interest rate was at 3.75, but now it's like at 7.5 or whatever. And if I could only afford a $480 house now,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Which is crazy. Like,
Oh yeah, some of the numbers I'm hearing are kind of crazy. It's difficult. Yeah, there's a thin line. Excuse me. Oh, I just burped into the mic. My my bad.
but just you're losing so much buying power because these rates are so high, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why buyers are so
Picky, and
Picky.
rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. If you're paying a premium to purchase a house, buyers deserve to be pickier with their decisions. So you've got higher interest rates causing pickier buyers. And where are we going right now? Q4. What is Q4 of the year notorious for? Being slow. What is the exception? 2020, 2021, the extreme years that have come and gone.
yeah.
So, if you're talking about history-based decision making, you need to be more aggressive with your pricing now than you would have been maybe during summer or when interest rates were very low.
Yeah. Okay, so let's switch.
So
things.
use your noggin is all I'm saying. Use your noggin.
Yeah.
Logic in pricing is really important right now.
Yeah. So let's switch things up. I've been meeting with a lot of agents recently, and they're saying, "Hey, how are you getting leads?" Right? And honestly, we tell them the same thing over and over again. But one thing that you've been doing recently is Facebook ads, right?
I'm coming back around to it. Haven't ran one since like early 2022.
Yeah.
I had a really successful one with Oracle employees when Oracle announced that they were relocating to Austin.
Really?
That was a while back, but I got like 28 leads from that one.
Wow.
And it only cost me $56.
Wow.
So now, granted, none of it materialized.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's because of Facebook or the ads. I think it was me. I look at it and I go, I missed some opportunity there. Instead of like calling these people when these leads came in, I would email them first or I'd text them.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, look, I'm in a different place now. Okay,
good.
I'm in a different place now. When a lead comes in, first thing I do is I call them or I ask for their phone number or I give them my number, depending on the conversation.
And the Facebook ad, is that coming from your Facebook professional profile?
Yes. So in order to run a Facebook ad, you have to have a business page to do so.
Okay.
You link it with your personal profile, and you can link it with your Instagram as well.
Oh, you can link it with your personal profile.
Or maybe it's just because I have both of those, like I'm able to switch between the app
Oh,
that
gotcha.
way.
Okay.
Maybe that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But no, you can link your Instagram to it as well. It'll put if you're doing a reel, it'll do it on Facebook. It'll do it Instagram Reels. It boosts it out to as many places as Meta owns, even Marketplace. So if people are in like the shopping around for things, there's ads in there.
Oh, that's cool.
Messenger as well. That's something new that I didn't see. So there's a lot of places that your ad can show up.
Is it expensive?
I think it depends. If you're good at running ads, an average lead should cost you no more than like $2.50.
Okay.
But here's the crazy part. So Mike Sherrard, really great guy to follow on YouTube. If you're listening, you need someone to follow with really great free realtor advice and videos. He's like the king of it, of like digital social media, advertising.
He's so good.
He kills it. He's the guy that made Suman Kim like the blueprint for a successful new agent.
114 transactions in his second year.
Yeah, $144 million 2 years into it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's who Mike Sherrard taught.
Yes. So Mike knows what he's talking about is what we're trying to say. So if you don't, Mike Sherrard on YouTube, look at his videos. He's got to come on the pod now. Like he just has to.
Yeah,
we're over here glazing him really hard. So, but it's because he knows what he's talking about. So I was watching one of his videos a couple nights ago, and it's actually what inspired me to get back into YouTube leads, or sorry, Facebook leads. Is even from the time he posted that video, which was like mid this year, so a few months ago, to now, it's changed. So I could not make it to where you used to be able to have it to where I have this free resource I want to give you. This is what I'm advertising. In order for you to get this free resource, you have to give me your contact information. Easy exchange, right? It's free for you. I get you as a lead. Boom. That was the whole purpose. That was the really great thing about it. Now what I noticed is you have to separate them. You can't get the info unless you make a landing page. Smart idea to get around it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But you can either get the lead, which is the information, and maybe say that you're going to follow up with them with the thing that they want, but it doesn't give you give me your info, I give you the resource. It doesn't do that anymore. It's either you give me the info on your own free will, or here's my resource. So it's not as impactful because there's no exchange that happens. It's either I'm receiving your info, end of story, or you're getting my free resource, I don't get your lead.
Can you advertise your landing page?
Yes. So that's how you get around it.
Okay.
So there's an option when you're going to the I keep saying YouTube, the Facebook Ads Manager. You can ask you can specify what your goal is. It'll say get leads, drive traffic to your video, drive traffic to your page, drive traffic to your website. So if you do the website, like on Canva, you can make a landing page very, very easily.
You can make a landing page on Canva?
Yeah, you sure can.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Tessa, I saw that on within the group, and I saw that Tessa made a landing page.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
Pretty
that.
cool. So there's ways around it. It's just you used to be able to do that all within Facebook, and it was really convenient. Now you have to get a little bit creative with how you capture information.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Facebook ads
they're coming back.
It's cool because I'm getting more traffic, obviously, because I'm paying for leads, but I get to see how many people are clicking on my link, how far my reach has gotten. And even though it's housing, so housing is a special ad category, you can't get specific with, I don't want anyone between 18 and 24. Like most of those people aren't buying houses.
You used to be able to.
You used to be able to, and now you can't.
What about location specific?
Yes. So you can get down to a 15-mile radius of any location. So I said like Leander, Texas, 15-mile radius. And that's who's supposed to be seeing my ads.
I remember when you could be super specific, like
people that like this music. Yep. Well, I think you might even be able to, but housing is a special category where you can't do that. Yeah.
I wonder how we can get around that.
Yeah, if you find out, let me know. Don't talk about it on
So
the
what
pod.
kind of Facebook ads are working?
So Facebook, I saw this from a guy. I got targeted with his ad, and I just wanted to check out, what his experience was. He went from having like no business to having more business than he could ever wish for. I don't remember his name. Sorry, doubt he's listening, but whatever. If you are, my bad. And I find that I copied one of these, and it's actually performing pretty well for me on Facebook ads. So the things that he says, some categories, he had 5 options. I'm going to go over 4 of them because the last one was foreclosures, and that doesn't apply right now because foreclosures are actually at a historical low, which is probably contrary to what a lot of people believe. So the 4 that he suggests running for Facebook ads is the headline being homes under blank. Enter a dollar amount. Whatever your local market average is, that's kind of what you want to do. So I ran one that said, so one of them on here, the second one is list of downsizing homes, popular downsizing homes. So I ran one of the ads I'm running right now is popular downsizing homes in Leander, Texas. And when they go, what makes it downsizing is it's below average pricing, and it's property. It's not land. It's not mobile homes. But like it's single family residential, condos, and townhomes that are under the average pricing for our county, and at least a 3-bed, 2-bath, not huge homes. So on my website, I put that criteria in. It produces it on my webpage. I copy the link, and that's what it takes people to. So then once they click on that, they go to my website, and if they want to see more than 2 houses, they have to give me their info.
Gotcha.
And that's how you capture the lead.
Gotcha. And so that link that you're putting on the ad is
to my website.
To your CRM website?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And you can make it whatever you want. And if you don't have access to a CRM or like a website for yourself, you can do list reports. Listreports.com. We use that early on, and it's
Guys, he's sharing so much good value right now.
and a lot of this we've talked about before, but it's been a long time, and maybe people haven't heard it. But List Reports, fantastic free website.
I love list reports.
Yeah, it's professional looking. And what is List Reports, Jordan? List Reports is a free website where you can put your material, all your branded material in. It has, it's like having a design center for your listings, or for flyers, or for, like you can have like a landing page or a personal website for your listing.
Yeah, and it's so cool because when I go into listing appointments, I show them examples of graphics that I've made on list reports. And it's super easy, guys, especially if you already put all the information up on MLS.
It pulls it straight from there.
It pulls it straight from the MLS. You can print it directly from list reports. And it's like the most effortless graphics that you can make for your clients. And it makes you look like a professional.
And another cool aspect of it is the advertising part of your listing. Let's say you're on List Reports making a flyer, an open house flyer for your listing. It pulls all the description stuff from the MLS. It talks about it. It has pictures on there, and on the backside, it gives you the school ratings. I didn't ask for. I didn't put that in there.
Yep.
It pulls how many 4 or 5 star Yelp reviewed places are nearby. Within a 5 mile radius.
It can even do like golf courses,
Yeah.
restaurants. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and it's free. That's the coolest part.
And you can pair it. You can actually pair it with your lender to unlock more features, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But even the free version is so value packed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. That's a awesome little nugget there.
Oh
So,
man, yeah, that was so much good info. Thanks for sharing.
yeah. Sorry, last two Facebook ads that
okay.
are working. So homes under, let's just say like 500K. Homes under 500K. You run that, you're gonna get some clicks. Then if there's a really popular feature in a certain community or your neighborhood, your city, you could say homes under 500K with solar panels. Something like that. You can get like real niche with it, and people are really inclined to do that.
I know how to do that. I don't know how to explain to the listeners how to do that. On remarks on the MLS, depending on what MLS you're using, I know on remarks if you put asterisks, solar panels, end asterisk, it actually will send you all the homes that are within the remarks
That have that mention.
That have solar panels mentioned.
Really good way to unlock opportunities for investment properties too.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have an investor client and you want to, a lot of times like in the MLS,
And it's hard
they'll
to
say,
explain it over like while I'm talking.
Yes.
It's way easier.
I see it in my head and I'm like, it seems so easy, and then I'm trying to visualize or like explain
That's
it.
maybe something we could do is
Power Hour.
Power Hour. We can show it to them on Power Hour.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can go in there and say like, I want it any listing that says investor special, all right, like something that or off market. You can
Or-
get all these really great.
Or as is, which means there's something wrong with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last ad that's running really well right now is homes located in insert popular school district. So homes located in Leander ISD. Those are things that people are going to click on, right? So you're trying to provide, and again, you're providing the value as this resource for something that's different than, Zillow or Realtor. Is you're going to them. It's the convenience of them seeing your ad, and then hopefully you're capturing their information, whether it's a landing page or website or through Facebook ads. That's the whole exchange there is I'm giving you this information, I get your contact info.
Yeah, I like that. That's awesome.
So that was a big spiel there, but I think it was valuable.
Yeah. You know what we should do is give a few people shout outs that have been reaching out to us recently.
Sure.
The most recent one that reached out to us from the podcast is Nora Hernandez. She just
That's right. Yeah, I followed her back.
Yeah.
Nora, shout out to you.
And then Melissa, what's her last name? Melissa. I don't remember Melissa.
I don't think it was that.
No. Yeah, Melissa. Shout out to Melissa. Nora. Who else? Ephraim. Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to Ephraim. And Jordan Martinez.
Yep.
There's a ton of people that have been reaching out to us. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Nick.
yeah, you guys are why we do this. you know, and I hope it's of value. Same thing with Power Hour. Like we just love helping people win, and it's funny whenever people, you know, we gave an opportunity. We're not going to get to do this every single time, but on this Power Hour, people got to ask questions. We got to do a little Q&A with like real specific things about their business, and it's almost like coaching. It's like a mini coaching session, right?
It is. It's coaching. Yeah. And you know, we're just trying to train and share all the knowledge that we can, because I mean, not to toot our own boat, but we're selling houses, you know.
In whatever market we've been able to sell houses.
Yep.
Right? You and I have both you've been through more markets than I have. You got to see a normal market. I have yet to see something balanced. You know, we had it for a very, very small, like, and maybe I'm jaded because I think it was balanced, and maybe it wasn't. Like mid 2022 when rates were like 5%, and like the inventory was kind of rising a little bit, we were still very under inventory.
I feel like we're in a balanced market right now, honestly.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, rates are considerably high, but so are.
I would argue. So the reason I say that you've been through a market that was normal was homes were like half the price that they are now.
Yeah, they were.
And rates were still 4.75. Like that's what you sold me a house
That's
at.
true.
And so you got to see like a lower priced with lower interest rate housing market. I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
So we've been through it, and we've sold homes and outperformed. You know, we just talked about maybe last podcast, the one before. If you've sold 7 homes in the last up to this point, you're in the top like 5% of realtors in Austin.
Yeah.
So people are struggling.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate that we're not right now. So that's why we're trying to pour into this, you know, give some hope and some real tactical stuff for people who are struggling.
Yeah, 100%. You know, there's a really good book that came out called $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozy. And I think you had a few notes on that, right?
Yeah, so and this kind of goes with the Facebook ad, or even if you're going to do any kind of advertising, if you're going to take the time to make a video to advertise your services or anything like that, or if you have a value add that you're trying to get people to click on to give you information, hence Facebook ads, the thing you have to do is have a value proposition to where the person would feel stupid not to take it.
Oh, man.
Hormozy said that, and I was like, damn. A lot of people are out here just saying, hey, I'm a realtor. I'm here to help you. How many freaking realtors do people know these days? There's no value add in you being a realtor. What makes you different? What makes me want to work with you? Why should I immediately forget about every other realtor and hire you to be the one to help me?
And, like, what do you provide that other agents don't? Right? Like, what do you know that other agents don't? And if you share that knowledge at an abundant amount of knowledge and an abundant amount of value, then they're going to feel stupid not working with you.
Yeah. You want to make it such an unrefusable offer. And I saw a little bit of this at a training that we went to where it was like, I will sell, like, one of the value adds or like the proposition this guy was making. It was pretty outrageous.
The guarantee.
Yes, the guarantee.
And he got that from Alex.
Yeah, did he really?
He did.
So it was, I will sell your home at your price, at the agreed upon price, within the timeline you pick, or your money back or something like that. Who can compete with that?
You would feel stupid not working with that guy.
Yeah, you see it, and now granted, there's some
Yeah.
you know, there's some asterisks in there, and like they have to agree upon the price. They have to, because you have to accept the client at that point. You're going to get a ton of people who are going to be like, oh, I'm going to say this outrageous number with an outrageous timeline, and I'm going to sucker this guy into doing this for free. It's not how that works. They have to agree upon all the stuff that's being said.
Yeah.
But the value proposition is what gets people interested. We talked about 4,000 to 10,000 ads per day the average person sees.
Yep.
What makes you different?
Yeah. Man, I mean, I'm not going to lie, though, man. Like, full transparency, I've been having a creativity funk.
Yeah?
and like, but obviously, I got to remind myself, you know, I got to get back to the basics, right? And one of those things is, you know, I met up with the agent. They were like, what type of content are you doing? And then I'm thinking to myself, okay, walkthrough videos. I'm promoting local businesses, right? I'm letting people know about news that is happening within our local area before anybody else knows. And so that's where, that's what's really helped me. And people reach out to me because they know that I know what's going on before most people.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, some people are going to listen to this and go, here's why I can't do what you do, right? Let me tell you something. The equipment you need to get started filming these kinds of videos is very minimal. It's a $100 to $200 gimbal, which is a thing that holds your phone and keeps it
And
straight.
you don't. So, I mean,
Sometimes you don't need it. The new iPhones are incredible, where they stabilize your video as you're walking, and it's gotten a lot better. I'll tell you that.
I literally just had that conversation. They were like, should I get a gimbal? And I was like, honestly, if you don't have the budget for it, just use your phone because the stabilization that new iPhones have are great.
Yeah. So if you want to, a gimbal, $100 to $200 for a good one. DJI is the website that we use. DJI. We use the Osmo Mobile.
60 frames per second when you are recording, and 4K, because that's one thing a lot of agents forget when they're recording with their phone is they'll do 30 frames per second
or 24 frames, and it looks real choppy.
Yeah.
So you want really smooth video when you're advertising.
And
stuff.
that's at the top right corner when you open up your camera.
If you have an iPhone. If you have an Android, I can't help you.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. But
there's probably films in like 8K.
I know. They've been doing things way ahead of us, way before us.
Yeah.
So
So you've got the gimbal, and then a microphone, a wireless mic. I want to say that system was what, $150? So we're talking
they're closer to $250 now.
$250. Okay,
Yeah.
Inflation. Thanks,
I know.
Byron.
I know. But yeah, so a good microphone, good audio is actually super important because you don't want to hear all the wind and all of the cars driving by.
I guarantee you, if I click on your video and your audio sucks, I'm skipping it.
Yep.
I'm going on, and I'm no different than any other consumer. That's not me being a dick. That's me being a consumer as well. If you do not get me and show that you are professional enough to talk to me clearly in your video, I'm gone.
Yep. 100%. Because I mean, that just it makes you look so much better if you have good audio.
Well, there's so many that don't do it that when you have it, it kind of separates you a little bit.
100%.
Same thing with bro. I am seeing so many people take freaking iPhone pictures and slanted, dimly lit pictures for MLS listing photos.
That is the worst thing that you can do.
And I'm like, you are an embarrassment. Like, get out of my freaking market.
You better not be getting paid 3%.
No, dog, you better be getting 0.5% or something.
You paid $500 to list that house on the MLS with your iPhone pictures.
And then you're sitting there wondering why your listing's not getting any attention. Like, come on, dude, do better. Do better.
Oh, for sure. Those are the people that make us look bad.
Yeah. Well, so again, a gimbal and some kind of microphone. I mean, they even make I've been getting a lot of advertisements for one that plugs directly into the bottom of your phone.
A gimbal?
No, sorry, microphone.
Oh, microphone.
And it like plugs directly into your phone, and it's like $40, and you can have like a microphone talk. Even that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So that's all you need, other than there's tons of free editing software.
Yeah, CapCut is what I use.
Yep, CapCut, Perfect Video is a really good one for iPhone. I'm sure it's everywhere. But
we also use this application called Caption. If you want to add captions to when you're talking, and you'll probably most of our short form videos have captions on it. Yeah.
And why is that? Audience retention. When people are reading, they're more engaged to your videos than if you don't have it. So, some little
Jordan, you're on fire today, dude.
We're killing it.
You're on fire. I'm like creativity lacking, dude. I'm like, I got to keep up with you.
Well, this is all just stuff that separates you from like the last little bit that we're talking about is things you can do to be productive and to make a good impression. Because here's the thing: if you're making videos and you're putting forth the effort, do it semi-professionally, or at least make it look good. Because again, you can go through booking a showing or like booking a video tour, filming a place, and then your video either sucks or the audio over it sucks. I'm probably muting you or I'm moving on.
Yeah.
And so don't spin your wheels. Don't do actions just to do them. Do them well.
Yeah, 100%. One thing that started doing more of is documenting my day, you know? So like if I'm in an appointment, I'll do a little quick picture or a video. Don't think too much into getting content out there, right? Just document your day. When you wake up and you're making coffee, document your
Getting
day.
a morning workout in.
Yeah, getting more workout in. Because I would much rather see an agent at least putting something out there than being a secret agent and nobody even knows that you're a real estate agent, you know?
Yeah.
So putting something out there. But like Jordan said, the more quality, the higher the quality, the more it's going to separate you from the average agent.
Yeah. And there's cheap ways to get it done. And then like even for Instagram videos, you know, you can pay someone on Fiverr or whatever websites to edit these videos and make them look professional. If you don't have time or the resources to edit them yourselves, hire somebody.
Yeah.
Hire someone. It'll separate you again from those who don't.
100%. So I saw something online. It said video content beyond home tours can help foster engagement and connect agents with prospects. Avoid broad topics and focus on showcasing your expertise in specific areas. And then use analytics to gauge which video topics do and don't resonate with your audience. What is a good analytical platform that you've been using that helps you show you if videos are doing good or not?
So I use something called TubeBuddy. So TubeBuddy is it's like a Google Chrome extension that you pay for. It's it's under $300, and what it does is it kind of ranks my videos. It gives me suggestions for SEO, what kind of tags I should add. It tells me if my video, my thumbnail is going to be attractive or not. If I need to tweak some things, I can compare thumbnails and see which one it thinks is going to do better. It gives me suggested times to post based on when my audience is online. Lots of really good stuff there.
I've been using analytics for my Facebook groups. It shows you the insights of when people are engaging, what type of posts people are making, what days are most active, and so I've been really using posting on those certain days and in specific niches so that I get more engagement.
And I really love that the thing that you were reading said, don't just do home videos. Like, don't do home walking videos, because people want to see that you know what you're talking about. You can kind of hide behind showing homes. You know what I mean? Like, sure, like that's a type of content. Don't make that be the only thing that you're good for, right? Because then they don't know that you know what. I think it's Suman where he said competency is a big thing.
Yeah.
It's consistency, or I think it was. Oh shit! I just put myself on the spot.
Competency. Was it creativity?
Or like content maybe.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and rewatch the episode. It's been a little bit.
Just like you do, guys.
Yes. Great episode, by the way. Suman Kim's episode. How he went from $0 to $144 million sold over his first 2 years in real estate.
It's our most listened to episode.
Well, he's worth listening to.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, nonetheless, change up the variety of content you put out. We have a strategy where we're trying to put out 3 different forms of content. 3 different mediums or 3 different audiences that we're trying to attract, because real estate is a game of attraction. Yeah. There's different aspects to it, and if all you're doing is home tours, I don't know that you're going to be attracting that many clients.
In all sense, yeah. I love that you said that real estate is a game of attraction. So how do we attract more people? Yeah, I love that. I need to get back onto 75 hard. Sorry, this is super random, but I got to get back on my routines, man. That vacation jacked me up. It was so awesome, but my routines are off right now, man.
Yeah. Well, I said I would be down to do it, and I was like, oh crap, we have Baby Moon coming up. And I remember specifically strategically picking when we did 75 hard the first time, because I wanted it to end so I could party over Baby Moon and then come back and maybe redo it. So
when is that?
We come back on the 25th. Okay. So, sometime after that I'd probably be down.
Okay. Let's do it.
No, you go ahead.
You're on fire today, so I want you to end it.
Okay. Hey, you know what? If you made it to this far listening, that's because I think you found value in the episode. That's what, again, we're going to repeat this until the day this podcast ends. We are here to provide value. We are tactical. I think there's stuff we've talked about that can massively, positively impact your business, and that's what we're here to do, man. We're here providing value, and we're going to do that for the rest of our days here.
Power Hour, don't forget it. It's going to be super valuable. It's free training, guys. There's no catch. We're just a ton of agents wanting to help each other. And the time may be changing. We have a poll up right now. We'll see how that goes.
Best place to keep in touch with us, John. Repeat one more time where people can find you
at John Michael Perez on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the things.
Yep, same here. All major social media at Jordan Sells ATX. We're here for you. We want to see you succeed. That's why we do this freaking thing. We don't do it so we can talk to each other. I can talk to this goon anytime I want. We're here to invest in you guys, and you're what make this podcast so great. So thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you guys in the next one.